Hi guys, so I kind of wanted to sit down. I don't even know like where this video is going to go, but over the weekend I had some spotting. It was very, very minimal, and it was just for like a little bit each day, and it's probably going to be TMI, but like it was just like when I wiped. It wasn't like getting on my pad, so I wasn't so concerned. I kind of just took it easy all weekend. I figured maybe I'd done too much. No big deal. This morning, it's Monday, and this was morning 5 that it had happened. And so I did call my doctor, and of course they did want to see me. And so I went in and had an ultrasound, which was like so chaotic because I had to take the boys with me because I had nobody to watch them. Though on the way to the doctors, one of my friends finally had gotten back to me, and they're like, "Oh, I can watch them," and it's like, I'm already almost there. So, because it was like I called the doctor's office, and they were like, "Oh, we can get you in like 45 minutes," and I'm like, okay, because I really wanted to just know what was going on. Now, I went in and had the ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech told me that the baby looks like it's only about 5 weeks along, which, by when my last period was, it should be like a little over 9 weeks. But to be honest, I more think that it is closer to 5, because I have been extremely irregular period-wise for over a year now, since I got off of the birth control. I could go 2 months without having a period and still not be pregnant. I could take a pregnancy test every week after the 4th week, and I still was negative. So that's just how it's been. So, now I had my period, and then a month later, it was Father's Day. It was Father's Day weekend, and we were at the beach, and there was one day, I was really sick that day. Like, I was really nauseous. Everything was bothering me. But to be honest, and I'm sorry if you can hear the boys in the background. They're in the room supposed to be napping because they're exhausted, but they're not napping. So anyways, I had taken a test, and because I should have gotten my period a few days before if I went 4 weeks that month, but I didn't get it. And it was negative. Like, it was negative, not even like a faint line. So I was like, all right, it's negative. And to be honest, by the afternoon, I felt better. So I'm like, maybe it's just because I haven't slept. I don't think I had slept well. Sorry, they were actually throwing toys at each other. I could hear it. So anyways, so like I said, I took the test while we were away, and it was negative. By the afternoon, I felt better. So I assumed I was just tired. Maybe I ate something that didn't sit well. Whatever. I went a couple weeks, nothing was wrong. And actually, we had been home from the beach for about a week, and I still hadn't gotten my period. I did take another test, and it was negative again. So I was like, all right, I'm not. And then jump up a few more weeks. Now at this point, I was a total month late, so I hadn't gotten my period in 2 months. I had a doctor's appointment. It was just a physical. I went in, and that's when they told me I was pregnant, because they did some tests. They just did some blood works. It was just an annual physical, and because I hadn't gotten my period in so long, she wanted to do a pregnancy test just to be sure, and sure enough, I was pregnant. So that's why I think I am not as far along as I am. By how far the sac looks, the bleeding I'm having could just be from implanting. It could be a lot of things. It could just be the way my body is right now. It also could mean that I am having a miscarriage. We're not sure. I did have to have some more blood work today to see where my levels are, and then I have to go back in 48 hours to double check, or to see where they are then. Everything I've read about miscarriages, I don't think I'm having one, because one, I'm not bleeding a lot. It's just in the mornings, though I did just have some when we got home, but I think that's because I had an internal ultrasound and an internal exam, which, let's face it, those irritate you, and it hurt. They both hurt. So I'm definitely uncomfortable, so I think that just kind of like made it a little worse if I'm already having some issues. So yeah, so I bled just a little. Like I said, it's just when I wipe, and I'm sorry if this is TMI, but we're talking about pregnancy, so it is what it is. But so I'm sitting here just kind of, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's been 5 days now. This has been going on. But in those 5 days, like, my boobs have started hurting, which they weren't before. I mean, I literally feel like my boobs are like full. Like, I feel like they're full of milk. Like when my milk came in, that happened on Saturday. Also, my hormones kicked in on Saturday too. And now I can just cry at any point. Anytime I'm making dinner, it seems like at nighttime, yeah, I am like crying making dinner for no reason. So, from what I've read, like, your pregnancy symptoms go away. You don't start getting new ones. So it kind of doesn't make any sense to me that I would be miscarrying. Like, nothing. I mean, I had a miscarriage years ago, before Jeffrey, like a couple years. Actually, it was before we got married, and it was extremely early on, and it was extremely uncomfortable. Like, I really was bleeding. I was doubled over in pain. I mean, it's just not that. I do have some back pain, but before I started bleeding, I'd been packing and I was in the closets, and I had pulled a couple of things off of one of the shelves in our closet, and it was actually kind of heavy. It had Legos in it, and it was heavy, and I felt it in my back. Like, I felt like it hurt when I pulled it down, and I realized, okay, maybe I like did a little too much. So my back's been sore since then, and it's gotten better, but I figured maybe I pulled something a little bit, and that's why I started to bleed. I kind of overdid it, because with the boys, when I was pregnant, if I overdid it, like I wasn't taking enough rest time, my body would tell me, and usually it was I would start to spot. So that's honestly what I thought it was, and what I kind of still think it is. And like I said, I think it is just that we're not as far along as the doctor thought we were. So, but I wanted to document this because, like, I feel like if this does take a turn for the worst, it's something that people really don't talk about at all. It's kind of like one of those taboo things. Like, it happens, but nobody talks about it. And I do try to be real, and this is something that, I mean, could go either way. Like, I could still be pregnant, or, you know, I could be losing the baby. So, kind of just sucks. I don't know. I won't know for another 48 hours. I can just hope for the best and wait and see. But, you know, I just figured I just kind of want to be real. And if, you know, if it does go well, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, then, you know, maybe this will help somebody who's going through it and know that they're not alone. But yeah, I'm just trying to think positive and, you know, just hope for the best. And like I said, I really think it is that we're just not as far along as we, you know, the doctors said we were, which does make sense. I hadn't had an ultrasound up until this morning, so it's not like we had a starting point. So we'll see. I'm just trying to stay positive, and I'm finally able to, like, sit down and, like, really think about what's going on. And like I said, I just put the boys down for a nap, so they've been, like, up my butt all morning. So, and they've just been, like, crazy, of course, not, like, cooperating at all that I need them to. So yeah, I'm hoping that they're gonna take a nap, because I really could rest right now. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'll check in. I don't know, this is probably going to go for the next few days. We'll just do a little bit here and there, but we'll just see how it goes. Hi guys, so it is Tuesday afternoon, and I thought I'd give you just a little update on, like, how I'm feeling today and what I found out about my blood work that was taken yesterday. So, my blood work came back as I was saying that I was pregnant as of yesterday. We have to see what my levels are tomorrow to make sure that they are increasing like they should be. So I still have to wait and see. As for how I'm feeling, yesterday after I recorded, I started getting a little cramping, very mild though, but they did an internal exam, and regardless if I'm pregnant or not, I am uncomfortable afterwards, and I was very uncomfortable while she was doing it. So I was cramping a little bit, like maybe for like a half hour. It was very mild. It was just like more irritating than anything. And I had a little spotting for the afternoon. And I went to bed, and when I laid down, I was uncomfortable, but it was more like I couldn't get comfortable. My back hurt, but my back's been hurting. So it was more, I was just uncomfortable, and I couldn't tell if it was just like my muscles stretching or if I was having some cramps. It wasn't totally uncomfortable. It was just, you know, I was laying in bed. I was, you know, relaxed. So I think that's why I felt it more. But other than that, that didn't last very long either, and then I slept all night. I had no bleeding all night. I woke up this morning, hi, and I did have some spotting, like I have been in the morning, but it was much less than I've had the last couple of days, the couple of days prior. It was much more. This was just a very light pink, and it wasn't as much. So I kind of feel like it's stopping, because as of this afternoon, like, it's actually been like that brown, like at the end of your period, you know, that like leftover stuff that's coming out. That's what it is. And it's still just, I mean, there's still no clots, there's no tissue. So I kind of feel like whatever's going on, I don't think if it is a miscarriage, I'm having the weirdest miscarriage ever, but I also feel, I feel really sick today. And by sick, I mean, I have been nauseous all day. I would say the past like 4 days, my nausea has been like horrible. And my boobs have been terrible today. I actually kept on my sleep bra because it was the most comfortable thing. Thank God I was wearing a black tank top today, because I was so uncomfortable yesterday in a regular bra. Yeah, so my boobs really hurt. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like I said yesterday, or I think I said, I did have this with the boys later in my pregnancies, and it usually just meant that I needed to slow down and rest. So that's what I've been doing, which seems to be helping. It is very hard for me not to do stuff, but if it's what I gotta do, it's what I gotta do. So, so yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at today. I thought I'd just give you guys a little update on how I'm feeling. I'm definitely not as emotional. I kind of feel like if it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. But just because I'm not having the typical miscarrying signs, I kind of just feel like that's not what's happening, and just something else is going on. So he's playing with the Legos over there. So that's where we're at right now. And I go tomorrow morning. I'm not sure when I'll have the test results back. I don't know if like they get it by the afternoon. I just know that I called this morning because I just wanted to know. So the nurse told me, but when I get the blood work tomorrow, I'll ask them like, how soon can I call? Like, I don't know if they'll have the results by the afternoon maybe. So yeah, so that's that. So I'll let you guys know how it's going tomorrow. Hi guys, so it is Wednesday morning, and I kind of wanted to tell you what happened last night and this morning. So about 11:30 last night, I woke up. I had severe pain in my shoulder, and it like went into my chest and was causing my chest to really hurt. I was in a lot of pain. I woke up my mom because I was a little concerned. I wasn't sure, like, should I go to the hospital, because it was like causing my chest to like feel really tense, really like just almost like somebody was sitting on it. And I've had lung issues before, and it was not that. Looking back now, I'm pretty sure it was a panic attack. After about 45 minutes, I started to relax a little bit. The pain started to subside. I put a heating pad on, some Tylenol, and just kind of tried to relax and fall back asleep. I woke up about 5:30 this morning when the boys woke up. I went to the bathroom, and I was bleeding more than I normally have at this point. I have only had to have mini pad, like not mini pads, but like panty liners on, and they were like not even touching it. And this morning it was kind of red, so I ended up putting a pad on. When I went to the bathroom that initial time, I did pass a little clot, and it's a little after 6 now, and I actually just passed another one. They're both kind of small. I'm still not sure how to feel. My shoulder feels better this morning. My chest is still kind of tight, but, you know, I think part of it right now is kind of, I'm just upset. So, yeah, so I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if I am losing the baby or not. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay calm. I'm really not, like, I'm not having any cramps. My chest is still kind of tight. I took some more Tylenol, and there's actually, I have some essential oils that help with relaxing that are safe to take if I am still pregnant. So, I'm actually going to take those now and just kind of relax this morning, and hopefully, you know, if it is passing, it just goes, you know, quickly, but it just kind of sucks. And it's just not a pleasant experience right now. And I don't know. It's not a fun day. Hi guys, so it is later on Wednesday morning. I went and had my blood work done probably over an hour ago. It's like 10:30 now. My bleeding has stopped, so this is like, it's so frustrating. Okay, I know I was upset earlier and I'm kind of better now, but I'm kind of just like, what the crap is going on? Like, am I still pregnant? Am I not? Like, this waiting game is like ridiculous. So yeah, so I don't know. The nurses were really nice though. They said that I will have the results in the morning and they'll actually call me and tell me, which is nice. It just stinks. I have to wait, like, I'm gonna have to wait like another almost 24 hours to actually have my answers. So it just kind of stinks. I'm just kind of like, this has been like the longest week ever and I'm kind of done. So done. And I'm so tired because I got like not much sleep last night. So I'm really tired. And I know the boys aren't going to have, like, if they have a nap today, it's going to be late because Jeffrey has therapy, but I'm kind of done. But yeah, I've gotten 0 cramping. And like I said, my bleeding stopped. So yeah, I don't know. This is frustrating. Like, I'm so frustrated. And there's no answers out there. The nurses really have no answers for me, or the doctors. It's kind of like just a waiting game. So I'm just frustrated. So I'm trying to stay positive and just relax. You know, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I can't like prevent it, but yeah, just kind of waiting now. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday morning, and I apologize if I sound really congested. I am not feeling good this morning. My nose is all stuffed out. My throat's really scratchy. I think I may have gotten what my mom, Ed, and Jeffrey have had, which is not going to be fun. But anyways, I wanted to give you an update. So, yeah, so pretty much the day yesterday went really fine. I felt good all day, till right before bed. My mom had to work last night, so I was alone with the boys, which was fine, but, and I don't know if I mentioned, but Ed's been traveling, so, I was alone with them, so I pretty much had to do, you know, dinner and bedtime by myself, which is, I mean, I can do, it's not a big deal, but it was, you know, the cleanup afterwards. I mean, I wasn't, like, crazy, it wasn't totally a mess, but just picking stuff off above the floor, when I was making dinner, I dropped things a lot, so I had to do a lot of bending over, which, I've been trying to not do a lot, just to kind of, you know, try to take it easy. So my back did hurt a little bit, and I had a little pain in my front, like in my stomach area. Like I had one little spot that was like bothering me, not really cramping, it was more just like just a little pain, but it was after I had bent over like a ton, so I was like, I bet you that's probably why I'm uncomfortable. But my chest is bad. Actually, my chest doesn't hurt at all. It hurt a little last night right before bed. But I had dry heaved so much yesterday that, and actually had vomited a few times too. That was like, there's just so much pain in my chest. So before bed, I did take Tylenol PM. My doctor told me I could take that, so that hopefully that would help with the pain, and also that it would shut off my mind, so I wouldn't, you know, think too much about what's been going on. I also did use oils all day yesterday, which really helped with my anxiety, which was good. Even though I was trying to really be calm and relax, I think part of that was yesterday and the chest pain. So last night I put the boys to bed, and then I went to bed, and I actually had a heating pad on my shoulders to kind of help with the chest pain. I kind of laid there for like an hour like that. The boys took a while to go to sleep. I don't know why. They were super tired, but yet, like, sorry, TV's on. I mean, they weren't doing anything. I could hear them just reading in there. But they were just up, and I didn't take the Tylenol PM until they were asleep, because I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I can take Tylenol PM, and it can kick in like 20 minutes, and other times it can take like an hour. So I really didn't want it to kick in and them still be awake, because then, I would kind of feel like I obviously wouldn't fall asleep until they fall asleep, especially because I was by myself. And, you know, just God forbid they need something. So, I'm hearing them, which it's like 5 in the morning. They should not be up yet. But anyways, so I did fall asleep, and I actually slept really good. I slept almost, I think I got up like once or twice to pee, and then by 4:30 I was just wide awake. And so I came downstairs, and I've gone to the bathroom. I actually had to poop, which I normally have to in the morning, and that is when I've normally seen the bleeding, is after I pooped. I think it's because of the pushing. And no, it's not from hemorrhoids or anything like that. I mean vaginal bleeding. And I actually, there wasn't any this morning yet. I mean, it is still early. Any of the bleeding I have had lately, it's been between like 5 and 7 a.m., which I know seems silly, but I kid you not, there's like a time frame around it. But usually it's been after I poop is when I first see it. And there was none. I had some of that brown, like the dried blood, but there was nothing. And I started bleeding a week ago today. So, I'm kind of, feeling pretty hopeful. I obviously will get my blood results today. Like I said, I'm still very nauseous. I actually just grabbed some of the boys' little muffins because I'm hungry, but really nauseous. So I'm hoping maybe if I eat something now, I don't normally eat this early, but I'm hoping maybe it'll help my stomach. Yeah, so I finally was actually able to talk to Ed. Ed's my husband. Last night, it's been hard to talk all week because he's been working. He's in Georgia this week and he's training. So it's like I can't talk to him during the day. And of course, all this is going on. So it's been hard for all of us. So last night I was actually able to talk to him. Because the other 2 nights he was so tired and was just trying to Skype with the boys, talk to me really quick. So we really didn't get to talk about everything that's going on. He really was very reassuring last night. I really wish I could have talked to him on Monday now, but, he really wanted to, he was asking, in detail, how much are you actually bleeding? He's like, just telling me you're bleeding. He's like, I'm thinking it's, you cut your finger off and that's how much you're bleeding. So I explained to him, how much it is. And he's like, honey, don't relax. He's like, just relax. He's like, don't worry. He's like, sometimes you bleed more than that after sex, which is true. And I know this is probably TMI, but let's face it, this whole video has been TMI. But I have very sensitive vagina. I mean, I've had it checked out. There's nothing wrong with me. It's sensitive. And he even reassured me. He's like, you bled with the boys. He's like, yes, you didn't bleed this long with them. He goes, but you did have this kind of with them. Like I said, it just was only for a couple days. It wasn't for a whole week. So he was so reassuring last night. He's like, don't worry. He's like, everything will be fine. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. He goes, but he's like, I'm not worried. He's like, I think you're okay. The baby's okay. So I do feel very calm this morning, which every morning I felt really nervous. This morning I feel very calm, even though I feel horrible right now because, excuse me, a little nausea. So yeah, so that's how the morning's going. I will check in with you guys after. Oh, excuse me. This nausea's really bad. After I hear from the doctor and let you know what they say, but that's how it's going right now. Hi, so I just got a call from the nurse about a half hour or so ago, and my numbers didn't rise enough. I was like at 6,100 and something on Tuesday, and I only went up to 6,400 yesterday, so pretty much means the baby's not growing. So it's Thursday now. I can't get in to see the doctor until Monday, because on Fridays they're only open till like 2, and they had like 2 appointments that just would not work, because my mom has to work and I'll have the boys, and I don't want to take them, so pretty much we just have to wait it out till Monday. If I don't, well, even if I do pass it, I'll still have to go in Monday and have an ultrasound and just check to see what's going on. And I guess if I don't pass it, they'll probably help me along with that. So yeah. So I mean, I'm trying to just look at it as it happens early for a reason. But it just kind of sucks right now. So I'm gonna kind of just, I'm just gonna update you guys if anything happens between now and Monday. If not, I'll let you know how it goes Monday. Hi guys, so it is Friday night now. It's like 7:30, and I have been passing some blood clots and some tissue pretty much all afternoon. It started about 1:30. I started having some back pain. I was resting on the couch and I thought maybe it was the way I was sitting, so I moved. Really wasn't helping, and then it kind of got to the point where I really felt like I was like very gassy. Like, it wasn't cramping, it was just, I felt like I needed to fart is what it really felt like. And I was like, but like I didn't have the sensation to fart, so it was kind of like one of those, the boys got up from nap, it was about 2:30, and I really felt like I needed to go to the bathroom, and when I did, I passed a couple clots. They were small. I did bleed a lot at that time too. Pretty much it just kind of was dripping into the toilet. I've had a pad on since then because I figured, okay, here's the beginning of it. And the pad hasn't really caught anything. Every time I go to the bathroom, it was a little red. I just went to the bathroom before I sat down, and it was more brown at this point. I don't think I updated you, but last night I was passing some tissue. It was some of the brown dried blood, and there was some tissue in it, because there was some on the toilet paper, so I felt it because obviously I wanted to make sure what was going on. So I definitely have slowly been passing it since yesterday, I think. Some of the tissue came out today. Like I said, I did bleed. I'm not bleeding like I thought I would. I don't know if it's because I have been like spotting for over a week now, and I have had periods where it has been kind of heavy, not really heavy, but like I've wiped and there's been a lot there, but then like there's nothing on the pad. So I'm really not too sure. I definitely am still uncomfortable, so I'm not sure like how the rest of the evening is gonna go. I'm probably gonna take some Tylenol soon because I'm actually way overdue for some. I've been trying to, when I had the pain this afternoon, I actually I did take some Tylenol just because I figured preemptive. I wasn't sure if the back pain was just normal back pain, like I said, I felt gassy. I'm like, is it because I have to go to the bathroom, or is this the start of it? Because I heard that back pain can be part of it. But yeah, so I'm not quite sure how the night's gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna take some Tylenol, and hopefully once the boys go to sleep, they're kind of crazy right now because Ed got home from work only a couple hours ago, so they're still kind of crazy because he got home late from traveling. So, but yeah, so I think it's starting, or I'm not sure if it's ended, like if that was it. But that's kind of all that's going on today. Just been kind of mopey. It's pretty productive this morning. I kind of woke up. I had my little sad time last night. I cried for a while before I went to bed, and then I actually woke up early this morning, and I had a little moment and kind of just, said, it's just not the right time. And so yeah, so the boys and I had a great day. They were so funny today, which was great. I think it was distracting me. I got a lot of stuff done that I had been putting off all week because I just wasn't feeling good. Trying to rest in case, it was something else and maybe I just was overdoing it. But yeah, so it was an okay day. Once Ed got home, I've been a little more mopey, but it's more because I finally got to see him. He's been gone since Sunday, and obviously all this is going on, so we've been able to talk more, and it's just, you talk about it again, and it gets you upset. It's still so fresh that I'm still, I guess kind of grieving is the word you would use for it, but yeah, so I am gonna go take some meds and hopefully get some rest. Hi guys, so it's Monday, and I kind of wanted to give you guys an update again. I didn't update all weekend because not much happened. It's pretty emotional all weekend. But it wasn't horrible. Just kind of weepy a lot. Just kind of coming to terms that the baby is most likely gone. But I did go to the doctor's this morning, and it has just been such a crazy day. Haven't had much time to like sit and kind of collect my thoughts about it. So I had my appointment this morning. We did an ultrasound, and there was still no baby. They said that it was a Blighted Ovum, which is kind of what I thought it was. They thought that's what it was last week, but they wanted to obviously confirm. So that's what it was. So pretty much the baby stopped growing, or, you know, didn't grow in there, but my body still thinks it's growing because the sac actually did get bigger from last week. But unfortunately, there's just no baby in it. So what is going to happen is, because my body is not expelling it, I actually am going to have a D&C on Wednesday. So pretty much it's just been crazy trying to schedule all that, and I actually already had pre-op this morning too. I pretty much went from my doctor's office to pre-op because it was either due today or tomorrow, and tomorrow I don't have anybody to watch the boys. So it kind of would have been kind of tricky. I knew if I went today, I would have, you know, my mom was here, my mother-in-law was here too. My mother-in-law is still here. But she needs to leave in the morning, so we were trying to get it all done today. So yeah, kind of okay now. While the boys were napping, I had my very, very huge meltdown and cried for probably an hour straight. Not because I didn't think it was happening, because obviously we've known for almost a week that this was probably going on. It was more just getting the confirmation, and now we're at the final stage. So I'm pretty much just kind of taking it easy. It's actually almost dinner time, so I'm actually going to take a shower and then make everyone dinner and just kind of try to make a list of things I should get done before, you know, try to get done tomorrow before my surgery, because I have it first thing Wednesday morning. So just, you know, stuff I want to get done so that I can kind of just rest the rest of the week. Ed did get Wednesday off, which is awesome. So he'll be coming with me, and my mom will be here with the boys. So that's great. But yeah, I'm kind of just, I don't know. I'm like at peace with what's happening. Kind of just ready to just be done. Which I know might sound kind of harsh, but at the same time, I feel like because it's been going on for over a week and a half now, I'm kind of like, all right, we know what's wrong. Let's just take care of it, and, you know, so I can move on, because I feel like it's prolonged at this point. I mean, I've been having anxiety attacks because I'm like stressed because I don't know what's happening, or we're not positive on what's happening yet. So I kind of feel good that it's, you know, we're at the end now. I feel like after Wednesday, hopefully I can start to really heal, not just physically, but emotionally too. You know, because right now I mean, my body still thinks it's pregnant, so it's, you know, I still have all of, you know, some symptoms. They're not as bad. They have gotten better. Some have left over the weekend, like my boobs don't hurt anymore. I still kind of have the nausea, not as bad, but it's still kind of there. So, you know, that kind of stuff is kind of sucks when you know that, you know, you're really not pregnant anymore. You know, the baby's not there. So, yeah. That's kind of where we're at. I figure I'm actually going to end the video here, I think. And then, if anything, I might just do like an update video afterwards about everything that's happened. You know, maybe how the D&C went, how I'm feeling, but I think I'm going to end it here and kind of just deal with it and kind of close this chapter.